everyone and welcome to Be Colorful. It's Giorgia here and this is the third video dedicated to the creation of cards using the Tonic Craft Kit number 42, the April kit by Tonic Studios, which has spring as its theme. Today we're gonna create a card using mixed media techniques to create our DIY background. Mixed media techniques are perfect for your creativity, having fun using various products in various ways, obtaining many different effects. Therefore, ready to smear the worktop? So let's start creating card number 4 right away. To create the mixed media background, I'm going to use the watercolor paper included in the kit. I'll do the basic coloring using the Aqua Flow pen always included in the kit. I specifically found the peach color, but one of the 3 included in the Dream in Color set could be found randomly. So you can use the color you found or any other watercolor you have. To apply the color, I'm going to use the smooshing technique on a non-porous and non-absorbent surface like the glass mat I have, or on a piece of acetate sheet, or again on a rubber mat like this one. I'm going to put the color and dilute it with water. Then I take the paper and lay it over the pool of paint, dabbing and moving it several times. By drying and repeating the process, you can achieve an interesting stain effect. You can add details of interest to the background by spraying some drops here and there, both of the same color as the background, or adding another color. Okay, one of the techniques used to add background details in mixed media project is random stamping. Then, using the stamps of the kit, I proceed to stamp some text with a peach ink in order to obtain very soft stamps, which do not stand out too much, but which seem, in fact, part of the background. So I'm stamping here and there without even adding too much color to the stamp, and without even trying to get a clear, nice impressions. Very well. Now let's move on to another technique most used in mixed media, the stencil technique. Specifically, I'm going to create my own stencils using the dies from the kit. To create your DIY stencil, you can use cardstock. In this case, however, they can use just a few times, as you will not be able to clean them. Or you can use acetate sheet, or again, this special sheet called Mylar. So I proceed to die cut the 3 flowers onto pieces of Mylar, and my DIY stencils are ready. I'm going to do the stencil technique using the embellishment mousse of the kit, applying it with a spatula. Actually, I'm not using the embellishment mousse included in the kit, but one that I had already opened, the same color, but in standard size, while the one in the kit is the mini package. I remove the stencil, and as I don't have a lot of patience right now, so I want to wait for the mousse to dry and then proceed to create the next flower. In doing so, I will place, of course, the stencil on the still fresh mousse, ruining it. This is not good if you want a smooth and precise finish. But who says that even the ruined or distressed look can't be right? In fact, as you can see, I get some partial stencils and a very interesting texture. Indeed, I'm going to ruin some part by dabbing the mousse with the Mylar sheet. Perfect. Now I'm gonna clean and wash everything under water and let it dry. Okay, once it's dry, let's see how to use our DIY background. You can use it all, covering the entire front of the card base, but today I'm going to propose you a design to use backgrounds like this one, transforming them into focal point. With a rectangle die, if you don't have them, you can cut out a panel with the paper trimmer, getting the same look. I'm going to select a part of the background and create a smaller panel. And voila! From the background, this panel has become the main element of the card. Now I'm going to add some finishing edges using the fuchsia satin paper from the kit. Next, I'm gonna glue the panel onto the card base, not in the center. The card base is a standard size that's 4¼ by 5½, cut out of white cardstock. And let's move on to the sentiment. I'm going to stamp one of the sentences of the set included in the kit on white cardstock with the Onyx Black VersaFine ink. I'm going to dry. Be careful because this ink is a slow dry ink, and if it is not dry, you could ruin the stamp to the touch. So if you are impatient, like me, dry it with your embossing tool, or you could also do a hot embossing technique with clear embossing powder, solving the problem of impatience. Now I cut out the sentiment, leaving just a small white border around the writing. Next, I'm going to create a nice finishing edge with the fishtail banner die included in the kit. A I'm going to die cut the fishtail also in the sentiment. I remove this kind of flap. Okay, now I can glue everything and shorten the sentiment strip on the left side to then stick everything on the card base. I'm going to create the center of the flowers with the dark pink crystal drop from the kit to finish the fourth card. And that's all for today. Do you like using mixed media techniques on your cards? Or do you prefer to use a bit simpler and cleaner methods such as pattern paper, die cut, in short, more traditional card making techniques? I think the mixed media style is very creative and fun because it gives me the opportunity to create unique things and use many products and techniques in a single project. What do you think about it? Tell me in the comment if you'd like. And if you liked the video, leave me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to not miss the next video, where 2 cards await us, in which we're gonna use the cotton paper, the embellishment mousse and the dies of the kit to create some beautiful decorative borders. So, thanks for joining with me, see you next time and be colorful!